you are looking for a gently used show coat or looking to purge your closet and start new, Equestrian Closet is here for you.
Terra Nova is a very boutique horse show. It's a different horse show experience. It's quiet. We have paddocks to turn the horses out. The footing's great. The schooling rings are huge. It's just really lovely.
You have some passionate horse people here that are putting a lot into infrastructure and trying to hold different events for us to develop horses while we're here in Florida for the winter. So I think that's great for the industry and great for all the riders.
It's just so pretty. The barns are like no other barn at any show I've ever been to. They're so nice. The show feels like it's like paradise. It's so fun here. I am in awe of what they are building here. And then this morning, actually, I went out on the fields and it's just awesome. And someone was telling me about the vision they have here and it sounds fantastic. So I'm excited and I am a believer in this and I will hopefully be back and support this.
We fly horses anywhere around the world. It's about getting an animal from point A to point B safely in best of health. We do not leave any stone unturned. We give horses wings around the world, across the globe, or across the street.
Hi, my name's Hannah Herod Kettlebeater, co-owner of Terra Nova. My family and I are so excited to bring to life a place where equestrians of all levels can live, work, and play on Florida's beautiful Gulf Coast. With a world-class horse show facility and over 1,000 acres of premium land, Terra Nova is the perfect hybrid of luxury equestrian living and family-friendly atmosphere surrounded by Florida's natural beauty. We have lots available now for you to build your dream equestrian estate.
Product must have credibility with us or we will not be comfortable to use it, even if it works like crazy. But the Perfect products had a fantastic reputation and the way they've been developed and formulated. And then I met Jeff and I started to realize why it was that way and why everybody had such confidence.
I'm Hope Hobday-Glenn.
Hey, I'm John Ramsey.
I'm Kelly McGrath.
My name is Nick Hannes.
Shannon Peters.
I'm Tracer Gilson.
I'm Tracy Brooks.
Adrian Lyle.
John French.
And I trust.
And I trust.
And I trust.
This is Amy.
And this is Ian.
And we trust Perfect Products.
I'm Javin Dahlman with Dahlman Jump Co. Our easy-to-use aluminum schooling courses start at $65.99. We deliver them to your door and take your trade-ins. All of our jumps are backed by a lifetime warranty. Call and talk to an expert about your hunter, jumper, and equitation jump needs. You can even make your own custom designs. Get horse show ready with Dahlman Jump Co. Make sure to visit DahlmanJumpCo.com for more information.
Equestrian Services International, your one-stop shop for all your equestrian needs. ESI is committed to quality and service as we plant, nurture and grow personal and long-term relationships with each client. Let ESI design, develop and construct all of your equestrian dreams.
C. Jarvis Insurance is the leading international equine insurance agency in the world. Our team of professionals is here to assist you 24/7, and we offer worldwide coverage for all aspects of equine insurance. We are owned and operated by a family of horsemen, so you can rest assured that we have a pulse on the industry, and we'll look out for you every step of the way.
We fly horses anywhere around the world. It's about getting an animal from point A to point B safely.
Rider and founder and president of Split Rock Jumping Tour, Derek Braun, is going to talk you through the course.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming out today. It's an incredible, beautiful morning for the biggest Grand Prix of the season here, $100,000 CSI 2-star meter 45 Grand Prix. For those of you that aren't aware, the way this scoring works, it's 4 faults for every pull down, and the riders are not supposed to exceed the time allowed. So for every second they exceed the time allowed, it's 1 additional fault. So the goal is to be within the time allowed, as quick as possible, and leave all the poles up. So that's the objective here. We have some incredible riders, many Olympians in the lineup today, and it's going to be a great class. We have 38 total competitors, and Peter Holmes, course designer, has built an incredible course, really flowing, really smooth, very inviting, a couple tricky parts, but I still think that he'll get enough clear, probably somewhere in the 8 horse range. That's the goal. Starts over here with the Jarvis Insurance Oxer heading away from the in-gate. Anytime you have a jump heading away from the in-gate, the horses stalk that a little bit and back off coming away from the gate. So that starts with a little bit of a trick. Left hand turn to the wall, always a little bit of a spooky jump. The horses can peek at it and be a little bit scared, so watch out for one or two of the horses to shy away from this fence right here. Short 7 strides, the Dolman Oxer at 3. Right hand turn right here in front of me there with the white standards at jump number 4, and then a very tricky jump at number 5. 4 horse strides to the Liverpool tray underneath. You'll see a lot of the horses look down at that Liverpool tray, and you might see that black plank come down a couple times on top. Then wide 8 strides to the orange oxer heading towards the in-gate. That's definitely strategically placed. Very delicate poles. The poles are very light heading towards the in-gate. He's hoping that a few horses punch through that front pole there at jump number 6. Left-hand turn. Then this is the toughest part on course, the triple combination. Again, heading away from the in-gate. The horses might suck back a little bit. Vertical, oxer, oxer, triple combination, very scopy. I think that's definitely the biggest test on course there. And then heading right into the Jumbotron, you're going to see it's an 8-foot wide, skinny vertical is what it's called, and that's the most delicate jump on course. Usually one of the hardest obstacles on course, and you're going to see that fall a lot today because it's a short 7 strides. Right hand turn, this beautiful flower oxer, 5 strides to the title sponsor Lugano Diamonds combination. At that point in the course, you're going to see a lot of the horses getting tired, a lot of the riders getting tired. They're going to have to pick their energy level up big for this massive oxer right here, Equestrian Closet right by the pavilion, and then a very spooky, out of the ordinary type cityscapes vertical at number 12, 6 strides, and then a little bit of an option to the last. I think most horses will do 7 strides. Again, very strategically placed by Peter, right by the scoreboard, a little bit of a long 7 strides at the end of their stride. I think obviously the last jump, because the riders are tired at that point, you're going to see the split rock oxer fall a lot. So, Andrew, I'm going to send it back up to you. I hope everybody enjoys an incredible Grand Prix, and let's see what we get.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you very much for the insight into the course. And now we do have a course animation as well. So if you turn our attention to the big screen, let's take a look and reiterate what Derek has said. Starting at the Jarvis Insurance and then the wall at fence number 2 on that left-handed turn. So a little tricky start there. Running down to the Dolman fence at 3 before they turn back to the 3-tied distance 4 to 5. 5 is the vertical with the black plank at fence number 5. It's the Liverpool fence there as well. 6 is back towards the in-out gate before they turn back to what could be an influential fence. The triple combination, vertical oxer and oxer coming out 1 stride and 2 strides coming out. Then it's down to the fence over by the north gate, the tractor entrance, before we go back to the floral standards on the oxer at 9. The Lugano double combination again, back towards the in-out gate, could be influential. And then we've just got 3 fences left. As they go in front of the in-out gate to the Equestrian Closet oxer, they're going to run down to the high-rise building standards at fence number 12. And then finally 13 is the split rock oxer to conclude. It's a good course, and 78 seconds is the time allowed, as Derek mentioned, 4 faults for a knockdown and any time penalties incurring for seconds in excess of the 78. Now, before we start the first horse on the Grand Prix, we are going to be delighted to welcome our flag rider, Carmen Hansen. Carmen is the owner of the local highlighted tourist attraction that is Sea Ponies at Beach Rides, where visitors can ride gorgeous drum and gypsy vanna horses on the beach and swim them in the waters of Palmasola Bay. She's riding Khaleesi. This is a 17-year-old drum mare that Carmen used for dressage and then as a star of several commercials, many photo shoots, as well as the local play, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Carmen started CP Ponies with a mission to rescue drum or gypsy vanna horses from farms that were overbreeding, and she saved and rehabilitated in excess of 40 rescued horses using the funds from Sea Ponies at Beach Rides. So if you are looking for a fun excursion, take a ride on Sea Ponies. Now also we're thrilled to welcome our anthem singers, the Out of Door Academy Upper Class Choir. Joining us today to sing the national anthem, the Out of Door Academy Concert Choir under the direction of Eric Crow. They're located on 2 campuses totaling 95 acres in beautiful Sarasota here in Florida. And the Out of Door Academy is an independent coeducational college preparatory day school serving 800 students in pre-kindergarten through to 12th grade. The concert choir consists of members in grades 9 to 12. They excel to perform and compete at the highest level. Ladies and gentlemen, for the singing of the national anthem of the United States of America, please welcome the Out of Door Academy Upper Class Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, prove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please do show your appreciation.
Well, good morning or good afternoon, everybody, wherever you are watching from. What a stunning way to kick off this competition at the Terra Nova Equestrian Centre. This is, of course, the Split Rock Jumping Tour in Sarasota. What an amazing venue we have here, and a sensational lineup of horses and riders to come. Fantastic way to start off this competition. This is, of course, presented by Lugano Diamonds, who of course are the title sponsor of the Split Rock Jumping Tour, and as well are the presenting title sponsor for this 1m45 two-star Grand Prix. Here's a little look at some of the horses and riders you can expect to see in action today. We have some World Championship riders, Olympic Games riders, and European Championship riders in the mix here today, and some big names to keep a lookout for. Hallie Grimes will be kicking things off for us in this morning's class. Hallie, of course, very much on form rider representing the USA. Is an international list of competitors as we head down the ranks through Australian Madison Stephen, back to the USA, Irish riders in Richie Maloney and Paul O'Shea, as well as Spanish representatives to come, as well as those from Chile and many, many more countries. Some of you will recognise some of these horse names as well if you've been keeping up to date with Split Rock Jumping Tour across the season. And of course, if you've been following the sport of show jumping at the very highest level in the United States, the likes of Roxy Music and Squirt Gun there, some of those names, as well as Caroline of Balmore, that horse which is being ridden today by Hallie Grimes, former ride of Ashley Bond. Those are certainly horses to keep your eye on, as they have competed all the way up to the 5-star level, those highest possible fences, and also those really, really high quality fields. And this is what we have, of course, here today as well. Other names to look out for in the midway portion of our class, if you like, the likes of Bliss Hears, Canada's Carly Campbell is there as well. Then again, some great names for the USA, Taylor Land, Alex Granato, Caitlin Boyle to come as well. More international names from Spain and Belgium in this portion of the class as well. And we have 38 combinations coming forward here. And as I say, the fences are 1.45 meters in height. Our time allowed is 78 seconds in round 1, but I'll remind you of that as we continue on through the class, because of course they must keep the fences up, but they also must do so inside the time allowed. Well, things will be kicking off in just a few moments' time. The first horse will be in the ring very, very shortly. Let's take a look at some of the details from our presenting title sponsor, Lugano Diamonds. Well, of course, if you'd like to find out more about Lugano Diamonds, you can visit their website, luganodiamonds.com. But moving swiftly into our first horse, Hallie Grimes with Caroline of Balmore is going to be the combination to kick things off around this course. As we were hearing from Derek Braun there, Derek, one of the founders of the Split Rock Jumping Tour. We're hearing there from him a little bit about the course, and it really is quite a lovely flowing course here. But it is going to encourage the riders and horses to have quite a forward movement, and that could catch them out in a few key areas. The triple combination at fence 7, certainly one to look out for, as well as the Lugano double at fence 10. That's coming quite late on and will require some very careful and accurate jumping. But let's take a look around the course as our first horse and rider are into the ring. Hallie Grimes then is very well over the first fence. She's still in the under 25 rider categories, but she is so experienced now. She actually ranks 28th in the under 25 world rankings, and with so many talented young riders in the world, that shows you how consistent and how successful Hallie has been in recent times. She was a team silver medalist from the North American Youth Championships last year. And really interesting to see her partnering Caroline of Balmore. As I was saying earlier, this is a former ride of Ashley Bond, and in fact was Ashley's ride for the World Championships and the Rolex Grand Prix of Aachen. So extremely experienced horse, now being partnered by a really exciting young rider. Good through the double. She's got a really good pace up here as well. It'll certainly be interesting to see how she sits in the time. She's had a couple of pulls there, a couple of moments just to steady, especially to the penultimate fence there. But what a great way to start this competition off. Hallie Grimes is the first rider in, and she's going to be the first rider into our jump off, showing the rest of the field how it's done. She'll have a little bit of a wait now to be able to tackle that jump off course. She's the first of our 38 competitors. Hallie Grimes then returns to the stables while she then watches her competitors in action. Caitlin Boyle will continue the American flavour in the early part of this competition with Priyanti van Het Mickenhoff. This combination were 17th in a 3-star meter 50 class at the World Winter Equestrian Festival at Wellington earlier on this month. Just had a fence down there. But this is a new ride for Caitlin for this year. Horse was previously ridden by a couple of German riders, including Jens Bachmann, who of course is a top 5-star rider. Horse is a 9-year-old mare by Thunder van der Zoethoven. Just a forward movement. That's what we were talking about earlier. Very forward motion up to fence 5. That Liverpool with the plank on top. And we know how easily a plank can fall. And sadly comes down for Caitlin. Triple combination causing problems already here. We thought it could be influential. Time's looking good for Caitlin, but sadly now a third down. She just got a little close into the oxer there. And this tells you that our course design team have set good few questions all the way around this course. That course design team led by Peter Holmes of Canada. So it's 12 then for Caitlin Boyle. No jump off for her today, but certainly plenty of learnings for her with that relatively new ride. And I'm sure we'll see them back another day. Australia's Madison Stephen is the next rider into the ring with Yalambis Icon. Again, quite an on-form combination. They placed 5th in the 150 3-star Grand Prix over in Ocala in December. So have had wins in some speed classes earlier on last year, including at Spruce Meadows. Always a competitive venue there, but it tells you that this combination can be fast against the clock. Coming now to the wall. It's been riding well so far. And certainly good for Madison as well. Madison's been contesting the medium, junior and amateur jumper classes in the past with this horse very successfully. Great to see the support team there on the kiss and cry. So many of these riders have a great support team behind them. Oof, gets very deep there. Oof, Madison, hang on. Oh, she's trying her very hardest here. Oh, what a shame. Oh, such a pity. She's just got a little deep into the fence. Yeah, Lambis Icon made a very impressive jump. And sadly, Madison was just not able to hold on. But good to see both horse and rider up on their feet. Yep, just slipped out the side door a little bit there. But as I say, good to see both of them safely up and on their feet. So 3 riders have started in this competition, and we have 1 through to the jump off so far. That is Hallie Grimes. Caitlin Boyle currently sits 2nd. She's on a score of 12. Madison Stephen is off back to the barn, but no doubt we will see her in another competition eventually later in the week. Brooke Kemper will be the next rider into the ring. Seaview Demonstration is the ride. This combination have had quite a break from international competition. In fact, their last FEI class was April of 2022. You can see Brooke just letting Seaview Demonstration have a good look at the wall, particularly with those quite light colours under the sunshine. That will be an eye-catching fence for the horses. So a good break from the international classes for Brooke, but this is in fact her first FEI class with this horse. So certainly will be an interesting one to watch. It's just a 9-year-old, this gelding. It was previously ridden by Alan O'Regan of Ireland, who took this horse to the Lugano World Horse Championships as a 6-year-old. That, of course, is always a good marker of talented horses to watch in the future. And Brooke is now bringing this horse up the levels, now to the international competitions. Ah, what a pity, just came down a little short on that oxer. What a stunning setting this arena is next to the water there. Terra Nova Equestrian Centre playing host to this competition close to Sarasota in Florida. Brooke now measures up for this tricky line, 9 down, then to 10 A and B. This double rides that very well. A fairly wide turnout here. She may just need to be a little bit careful of the time. Working on the 4, coming to the last fence now. So at 79.84, that will be 2 for time and 4 for jumping. 6 is the total score for Brooke Kemper. Remember, for every second started over the time allowed, we incur 1 penalty. So 100th of a second over that time allowed will also incur 1 time penalty. And then to Richie Maloney and Roxy Music. Really high caliber combination here. Richie, of course, is a regular on the 5-star circuit, and Roxy Music has been a very reliable partner for him. About 50% of the time clear. In 2023, they're in the top 10 9 times alone. This is their first FEI class of the year. Richie sits just outside the world's top 250 in those Longines World Rankings. This was also a key horse for Team Eye Candy in the Major League Series. This combination jumped at the team final of that series. Roxy Music making fairly light work of the triple combination. Is quite a big striding horse, and Richie knows this horse so very, very well and really knows how to place him at these fences. Oh, a rattle there, fence 9, and into the Lugano double. We would like that to just give Roxy Music a little bit of a wake up for the final line. Gets quite strong now down this final couple of fences, 78 seconds of time. And he gets a great reach over the final fence. A bit of a race to the finish line, 77.61 on the clock, means that Richie Maloney is the second rider through to the jump off. That will be a serious combination to watch against the clock.
Also one to watch in the jump off, if she's clear, is Rebecca Conway, because she's very quite against the clock. She's proven that.
What a great competition we have had here already. 6 combinations started, 2 into the jump off already. Concouleur is the ride for Rebecca Conway. This is a fairly long-term partnership. Rebecca knows this horse very well now. It's a 15-year-old gelding. They're very established at this height of fences. They've actually jumped 110 rounds. Well, this horse has jumped 110 rounds at this height. They clear 42% of the time. Jumped really well in Lexington in October of last year. Placed 5th in a 145 welcome class there. Gets quite deep, but she gets away with it. When I say she gets quite deep, that means she's quite close into the fence, which can make it difficult for the horse to then get the height. But Concouleur is a lovely athletic sort of horse, and so that doesn't cause a problem. Again, deep into that upright. However, some horses jump really well like that, and I've no doubt that Rebecca has developed that technique for this horse, particularly at those taller upright fences. She's certainly making fairly light work of this, and she is good on the clock as well, coming into the third last at about 65 seconds. A serious rattle there. We've just got one fence left. The crowd are getting excited already. But she's done it. She is clear. Now the crowd can start their cheering as we have a third rider into the jump off. This is jumping very, very well already. Rebecca Conway joins Richie Maloney and Hallie Grimes straight through to the jump off.
And then back-to-back clears coming from Ireland's Richie Maloney and the USA's Rebecca Conway. That's where we are at this early stage of competition. After 19 have been at the halfway stage, we will take an arena maintenance break, and that's going to be after 70.
A gentle breeze under the sunshine in Sarasota, creating quite perfect conditions for this competition today. And we have another on form combination on our list to come next. Paul O'Shea is going to pilot Squirt Gun around Peter Holmes track here this morning. He won the metre 45 FEI welcome class on Thursday earlier on this week. And Paul is a very busy rider at the moment. He's been competing a couple of his other rides over in Wellington, but chooses to bring Squirt Gun to this 1:45 Lugano Diamonds $100,000 Grand Prix. This is another of his rides owned by Eye Candy Jumpers. His last FEI show with Squirt Gun was the Major League Team Final, where he jumped for Team Eye Candy. This pair are regular 5-star competitors. They're great against the clock, and they are really consistent. 53% clear at this height, 54% clear at 1 metre 50. Also jumped well up to 1 metre 60, so really consistent combination, really well established. But the triple combination catches out Paul O'Shea and Squirt Gun 3 down. That's very, very costly. And with this horse's excellent record, it looks like Paul O'Shea just feels that it's not his day today. The hand goes up, and Paul O'Shea chooses to retire Squirt Gun from this competition. That's a pity. Again, I'm sure we will see them back another day. Staccato Cornet is this striking grey horse that we have in front of us now, piloted by Francisco Goyaga Mollet. This is a really new partnership. This horse is a 9-year-old gelding and has just been ridden by Francisco since December of last year, so just over a month. It was previously ridden by Eduardo Alvarez Aznar of Spain. Competed in Wellington earlier this year. In the 3-star competitions, they did not have the approach they wanted to the wall, and he does very well to balance things up for fence 3. That is some seriously professional riding there, to just not let that bother them and just keep going. You can see this horse has got some pretty amazing scope as well. He's giving a lot of height to these fences. Great through the triple. You know, this is a younger horse and it is a newer partnership, and potentially with the wall being such an eye-catching design, that's just what seemed to catch them out there. Plenty to take in. Strong riding down to the Lugano double. Makes it over the finish line in 80.22 seconds. So picks up 3 for time as well, but they do very well to bring that back around and turn things around a little bit to jump pretty successfully around the rest of the course. Francisco, with those 7 penalties, will slot into 5th place at the moment. 3 clears are then followed by Brooke Kemper on 6. In 4th, Francisco Goyaga Mole is in 5th with the 7 penalties. Chile's Samuel Parot is in next with David Guetta. That is the name of the horse. Samuel is 63rd in the world rankings. Placed 16th in the World Cup leg at Fort Worth in December. And this horse has been really good in the speed classes. Had wins at Traverse City and in Lexington last year. Really impressive results. In November, they won the 2-star Lugano Diamonds Grand Prix at Aiken. So really quite a similar competition to this. Same height of fences, same prize money. It was also up against a good number of riders from this competition. So an interesting one to look at. He also won this same class and came 2nd in this as well last year. Won with Buga Z and was 2nd with Captain Z. So on paper, certainly one to watch. Going very well already as we're heading down to the final line. We're having a lot of rattles at that 3rd last fence. I think as they're just coming away from the in gate, it's taking a little bit of jumping. But Samuel Parot, oof, very, very close and had a little bit of a rush to the final fence. You can see there's a little bit of disappointment on his face as he just clips that final pole. Oof. No back-to-back wins for him. So just the lightest touch just comes down with the pace there. So 4 is the total for Samuel Parot. That puts him into 4th place. Kelly Cruciotti van der Veen is next in for the USA with Mochito van der Michagen. This combination are ranked 160 in the world rankings. And she was a World Cup final rider in 2019. This combination finished 2nd in Thursday's 145 FEI welcome class. It's a horse that she's had since August of last year. They've had a good partnership so far together. They were 7th in a 2-star Grand Prix in Tryon in October. A lot of air over that fence. It just was a little bit, it just took a little bit of time over there as well. So Kelly really then managed to pick the pace up again and get that rhythm going. And it's a course that really rewards that forward approach. And certainly a good rhythm and consistency all the way around. Yeah, comes down on the back rail at 10A, that of the Lugano double. Sails over the split rock Oxa to finish, but it will just be the 1 fence down for Kelly Cruciotti van der Veen. Good on the clock, but the 1 pole will keep them out of the jump off. We had quite a run of clears, giving us the 3 that we have already going through to the next round. But we're now seeing a good few riders finding this a bit more tricky. Can Summerhill get through to our jump off? That's certainly what she will be aiming for. Riding Lausbub 4, 5, 8. This young lady has had an incredible few months, and well, in fact, an incredible last year. She was the Hermes Under-25 Series champion at the Winter Equestrian Festival last year and has been extremely successful with her other ride, La Belle SCF. 12th in the World Cup at Lexington with that ride, and went to jump in the Under-25 class at Geneva. With that horse, she finished in the top 10 in every class that she jumped in Geneva. Extremely impressive. This, though, is Lausbub 458. This is her first FEI class with this horse. The horse has jumped a couple of FEI rounds earlier in its career with Sky Higgin, who's a British rider. But they've been consistent already here this week. Not to be today. The wall is extremely eye-catching. And Lausbub is not liking the look of that. Just go to have a little bit more of a look there. Reapproaching to the wall. Oh, that's a shame. Well, the bell rings. Unfortunately, the 2 refusals will result in elimination, and that's such a shame because that is a really brilliant combination. One that I was certainly very excited to see in action, but the wall is super eye-catching in this ring. Sadly, it's not to be the day for Summerhill. She does have a ride later on in this competition. She'll be riding towards the back end of the class with her ride Olympic van der Noordheuvel. Bliss Hears is the next rider up. Bliss Hears, of course, representing the USA, and the horse here is Christian's Cash. What an incredibly experienced competitor she is. She's got some amazing horses. Looks like sort of Antidote de Mars, Goodbye, some of those iconic horses that I'm sure many of you will have seen her in action with. This one, Christian's Cash, is one that Bliss has developed over the last couple of years, all the way from the young horse classes. And this is a 9-year-old stallion. Quite fiery in the ring there. Unfortunately, the deep shot to the oxer just causes them to have the front rail. And she's now moving this stallion up to this level, working on the 4. Gets the efficient line through the double there, not wasting any time. She is a little bit down on the clock. And I've no doubt that that would have been in the back of her mind. But the equestrian closet fence is once again causing some problems. She will be a bit over the time allowed. She'll pick up 3 for time, as well as the 8 jumping faults. So it's a total of 11 for Bliss Hears today.
So Bliss leaves us, and the Canadian challenge then of Carly Campbell-Cooper. Second PS is the ride for the lady who's managed to lead on that in the course divisions as well. This is by Beluda Away, 10 years of age now. Second PS for Canada, Carly Campbell-Cooper.
Carly Campbell-Cooper next then, with 5 PS. Carly has seen what has happened with a couple of the other riders with the wall and is not taking any chances. This horse was with Philipp Ruping of Germany until about the middle of last year. With him only jumped up to the metre 40 class. Carly Campbell-Cooper really sitting down and driving to the wall there. And she needs a similar approach to fence 3. Takes out the back rail. She is doing everything she can to give Sencon confidence around this course. She's doing extremely well to do so. The horse is really looking at these fences. Really standing off some of these. Working on the 8 now. Been jumping over in a Carla earlier on this month. Placed second in a 130, fifth in a 140, and they're really now just stepping up to the metre 45 level. They jumped in the 145 welcome class earlier on this week. And now taking the opportunity to get to grips with the Grand Prix at this height. And again, another good learning round for this combination. A total of 15 with some time to add as well for Canada's Carly Campbell-Cooper and Sencon PS. Back to Spain now then, and to Diego Perez Bilbao. The horse is Dialuna. Certainly a really impressively dressed ring here and some beautiful designs of the fences. These flowers are really eye-catching there, and it really all adds to the challenge for some of these horses, particularly some of the younger ones who might not have seen such eye-catching fences before. You know, yes, it's a question of the height of the fences. It is a question of the distances between the fences. It's a question of accuracy and adaptability, but it's also a question of being used to the environment and taking it all in their stride and not being fazed by these very eye-catching fences. Diego Perez Bilbao, though, for Spain with Dialuna. Had this ride for nearly a year. And again, they're really getting themselves established at this height now. They're working to get the miles on the clock. Diego's had this horse in the top 10 7 times so far, but as I say, now working at building the consistency at this level. Well, Diego Perez Bilbao looks to be calling it a day here with Dialuna. A couple of fences down, and he's deciding that in fact he'll go back to work on a couple of things and come back another day. Taylor Land is up next with Get Go. Has, as we were just hearing there, been a very successful venue for Taylor in the past. Get Go is a horse that, again, she's developed from the young horse classes. And once again, she's getting more consistent at this level, getting a little bit more established over the bigger fences. Jumped in this competition last year as well, finished a little way down the rankings, but I'm sure will be looking to capitalise on her recent success in the national competitions to get a good result here today. A rattle coming out of our double combination. Good down the final line though, and good on the clock as well. Pretty fast round there from Taylor Land. Just picks up the 8 penalties. Puts her into 8th place at the moment. So we still have the 3 into the jump off. Remember, that's Hallie Grimes. She was first out earlier on in this class. Richie Maloney joined her into the jump off. And then Rebecca Conway also goes forward to our round where it will be all about speed. Samuel Parot sits in 4th. Kelly Cruciotti Vanderveen sits in 5th. Alex Granato then comes next. He is a bronze medalist from the Pan American Games. That was in 2019. And his ride this morning is El Diablo du Nord. This horse is a 10-year-old gelding, previously ridden by Christian Nielsen of Denmark. That was to something of a lower level, up to 1.35 m. This is the horse's first FEI show with Alex. And breeding-wise, this is a Swedish warm blood. They're looking for a strong clear, of course, here today, as many of the riders are. We just had one down in the 145 class earlier in the week and in the 140 welcome as well. This is only their 4th start at -45. So again, really building the experience, really building up to this competition. Nice small athletic horse, one that could be really good against the clock. Well, Alex Granato raises his hand with a few fences down. He's choosing to save this ride for another day, retiring in this competition. Caitlin Boyle retains a spot in the top 10, as does Bliss Hears, Taylor Land and Francisco Goyoaga Mole. We go back to Ireland for our next competitor, to Michael Hutchinson. His mount is Quinn. Michael has this ride relatively recently, since September of last year. The welcome class. They just had the one pole down and picked up one for time as well. Those welcome classes, of course, great competitions in their own right, but a really good opportunity to get a feel for the ring and a feel for the competition. But this has really been a great partnership so far. They were 5th in the Lugano Diamonds 145 Grand Prix in Aachen in November. Sadly, we see the sails fence coming down there. Two down and 4 for time for Michael Hutchinson will give a total score of 12. Michael will slot into 11th place as it stands. Interestingly, only 2 riders have finished on a score of 4. We saw Samuel Perot and Kelly Cruciotti van der Veen. Those sit in 4th and 5th places respectively. We do have a few time penalties being incurred here and a good few finishing on more than one fence down. Continuing with the international flavour then. Our representative here from Belgium is Boy Adrian van Gelderen. Been a party just checking one of the fences.
We will reset and give a new tone for Boy Adrian. So here we go. It is for Belgium, Boy Adrian van Gelderen.
Boy Adrian rides Maverick van ter Literend today. He has competed in 4 European Championships in categories for young riders and juniors. Those coming up to 2017. Came home with 2 medals across those appearances. And once again, this is a new ride, one since December of last year. This combination have had 3 starts this year so far, looking for their first clear of the year. This horse's breeding is quite interesting. It goes back to For Pleasure, that's the grandsire. They have got quite some pace up already. Certainly the, oof, my goodness me, certainly the pace stalled over that Oxer, but Boy Adrian was not wasting any time going to the Liverpool. Takes a circle now, perhaps just to rebalance things after things got a little tricky down that line. Triple combination causes problems once again and is pretty costly here. So the hand goes up. Boy Adrian van Gelderen retires here today.
So, well, we started off so well with those steers. We've struggled a little bit, but we could get one from them next. Riding is written at 5-star level. And riding Casherel, the last before the Midway Arena maintenance break. Kelly Solo Miller from USA with Casherel.
Back to the USA then. This is Kelly Solo Miller. Kelly's just allowing her ride to take in the ring, just waiting a moment to settle. Cacharel is the ride. This is the oldest horse in the field. It's a 17-year-old mare. It's great to see the horses still competing at such a strong level throughout their careers and having these long careers. The dam sire of this horse is Clinton. Clinton, of course, that hugely successful horse. And an extremely successful stallion as well. Clinton, of course, finished 4th in the Olympic Games in Athens in 2004. It's lovely to see these long-term partnerships in action as well. We've had a good few new partnerships coming forward in this competition, but this pair have been together for some time. They need to just watch the time here a little bit. 78 seconds is the time allowed. Oof. Beautiful jumping for Kelly Solier-Miller. She just picks up 2 time penalties, but she certainly looks very pleased with that round. Some beautiful jumping, but just needed to keep the pace up a fraction more. So they pick up 2 time penalties, and that puts them into 4th place. The way that this competition is going, that could put them in with a chance of some good prize money. So Kelly Solier-Miller goes into 4th. Top 3 that are through into our jump-off are Hallie Grimes, Richie Maloney and Rebecca Conway. Those are the 3 that you will see coming back and battling it out against the clock. But our arena party are just preparing the ring for a drag break, just moving those poles out of the way to make sure the footing remains as perfect as is possible. So we'll take a break just for a few short minutes, and we'll be back in just a very short time to bring you the second half of the first round of this competition.
C. Jarvis Insurance is the leading international equine insurance agency in the world. Our team of professionals is here to assist you 24/7, and we offer worldwide coverage for all aspects of equine insurance. We are owned and operated by a family of horsemen, so you can rest assured that we have a pulse on the industry, and we'll look out for you every step of the way.
We fly horses anywhere around the world. It's about getting an animal from point A to point B safely in best of health. We do not leave any stone unturned. We give horses wings around the world, across the globe, or across the street.
Hi, my name is Hannah Kleinditz, and I'm the owner and founder of Equestrian Closet. We provide an online marketplace designed for equestrians to buy, sell, and share the equestrian lifestyle. Whether you are looking for a gently used show coat or looking to purge your closet and start new, Equestrian Closet is here for you.
Terra Nova is a very boutique horse show. It's a different horse show experience. It's quiet. We have paddocks to turn the horses out. The footing's great. The schooling rings are huge. It's just really lovely.
You have some passionate horse people here that are putting a lot into infrastructure and trying to hold different events for us to develop horses while we're here in Florida for the winter. So I think that's great for the industry and great for all the riders.
It's just so pretty. The barns are like no other barn at any show I've ever been to. They're so nice. The show feels like it's like paradise. It's so fun here.
I am in awe of what they are building here. And then this morning, actually, I went out on the fields, and it's awesome. And someone was telling me about the vision they have here, and it sounds fantastic. So I'm excited, and I am a believer in this, and I will hopefully be back and support this.
C. Jarvis Insurance is the leading international equine insurance agency in the world. Our team of professionals is here to assist you 24/7, and we offer worldwide coverage for all aspects of equine insurance. We are owned and operated by a family of horsemen, so you can rest assured that we have a pulse on the industry and will look out for you every step of the way.
We fly horses anywhere around the world. It's about getting an animal from point A to point B safely in best of health. We do not leave any stone unturned. We give horses wings around the world, across the globe, or across the street.
Hi, my name's Hannah Kettlbeater, co-owner of Terra Nova. My family and I are so excited to bring to life a place where equestrians of all levels can live, work, and play on Florida's beautiful Gulf Coast. With a world-class horse show facility and over 1,000 acres of premium land, Terra Nova is the perfect hybrid of luxury equestrian living and family-friendly atmosphere surrounded by Florida's natural beauty. We have lots available now for you to build your dream equestrian estate.
Product must have credibility with us or we will not be comfortable to use it, even if it works like crazy. But the Perfect products had a fantastic reputation and the way they've been developed and formulated. And then I met Jeff and I started to realize why it was that way and why everybody had such confidence.
I'm Hope Hobday-Glenn.
Hey, I'm John Ramsey.
I'm Kelly McGrath.
My name is Nick Hannes.
Shannon Peters.
I'm Tracer Gilson.
I'm Tracy Brooks. Adrian Lyle.
John French.
And I trust.
And I trust.
And I trust.
This is Amy.
This is Ian.
And we trust Perfect Products.
I'm Javin Dahlman with Dahlman Jump Co. Our easy-to-use aluminum schooling courses start at $65.99. We deliver them to your door and take your trade-ins. All of our jumps are backed by a lifetime warranty. Call and talk to an expert about your hunter, jumper, and equitation jump needs. You can even make your own custom designs. Get horse show ready with Dahlman Jump Co. Make sure to visit dahlmanjumpco.com for more information.
Equestrian Services International, your one-stop shop for all your equestrian needs. ESI is committed to quality and service as we plant, nurture and grow personal and long-term relationships with each client. Let ESI design, develop and construct all of your equestrian dreams.
See Jarvis Insurance.
Well, we're back to bring you the second half of this competition, and here is the start list that we still have to come. Caitlin Boyle will be next into the ring in the second half here with Navarre. Of course, Caitlin has already tackled this course. This is a second ride for her. She sits in 11th place with her other ride. Skylar Riley is going to come in following her, and then Rebecca Conway. Rebecca Conway already has one ride in the jump-off already. Remember, that's Concleur. Brings forward her second ride in just a couple of horses' time. Names to look out for, though, for the rest of this competition feature the likes of Bliss Hears with a second ride, Summer Hill with another ride, as well as Richie Maloney, Will Simpson, Molly Campbell-Cooper and Kelly Cruciotti Vanderveen will be rounding things out for us with her second ride as well. Caitlin Boyle then with Navarre. Sits just outside the top 10. And no doubt she would like a spot in our jump-off. Navarre is the ride. This combination won the metre 40 speed class on Wednesday, earlier on this week. It's a new ride for Caitlin this year. This is one that was previously ridden by Vanessa Hood. Caitlin Boyle then off to a swift start in this competition. She is the 19th rider heading out over Peter Holmes' course. And we've had faults falling all the way around this course so far. Triple combination has been causing problems, as has the ESI plank fence there. The Lugano double has been causing problems as well. And that fence out on the far side. causes us some problems there here for Caitlin Boyle. So 1 pole down is going to keep her out of the jump off. Could get her a spot in the top 10 because it's been a tricky competition so far. We only have 2 competitors finishing on 4. Sails over the final fence. That is an extremely quick time. 69.47 on the clock is the fastest time that we have had so far. So 1 pole down, but a blisteringly fast time for Caitlin Boyle. Puts her into 5th place, and that could be extremely valuable indeed. 5th place for now, but a fast 4 is always a good place to be.
She's competed in 5-star Nations Cups, including the Nations Cup finals in Barcelona. Running Sandilo PS, Skylar Riley in the USA.
Skylar Riley then is up next with Sandilo PS. Skylar has competed at 4 World Cup finals and 1 Nations Cup final already. Competed this horse all the way up to the 5-star level. So very much a strong combination to watch here. They have had quite a break in recent months from international competition. Only jumped 2 shows in 2023 at the international level. Quite a long break from March 2022 then to November of last year. Just steadies Sandilo PS. We're coming now down to this tricky line, fence 9, these eye-catching flowers. And the 5 strides, oof, to the Lugano double. Sadly though, comes down short on the Oxler at 10A. Picks up the 4. Time's fine, but it's 1 down for Skylar Riley, Sandilo PS. That's going to sit in 6th place for now, just behind Caitlin Boyle. And I would be very surprised if Caitlin Boyle can be bested on the clock in this first round. So should be in with a good position. Kelly Solo-Miller with the 2 time penalties with that lovely established horse, Casherel, sits in 4th. And then those 3 into the jump-off sit ahead. One of those is Rebecca Conway, already into the jump-off with Con Couleur. And Rebecca comes forward now with her 2nd ride. This is Unestar Dizenbeek Z. They've had some podium finishes in metre 45 classes at the back end of last year. Had a few. This is a 10-year-old mare by Untouchable. They had an excellent year in 2023. Their clear round rate for the calendar year last year was 71% over fences of a metre 40. 32% clear at 145. So you can see that they're really then looking to build the consistency at this level as well. But a great year for them in international competition. Ah, what a pity. Just gets a bit flat there down to our plank fence, the ESI fence. And you see the splash in the water tray as that comes down. Rebecca Conway just taking her time a little down this final line. Should be just inside the time. Yeah, 76.27. Pity to have that one pole down, but I'm sure she won't be worrying too much about that. She slots into 8th place, but as that is her second ride, she will now focus all of her attention on Concouleur. That's her ride into the jump off.
The next horse and rider combination took the victory on that occasion. Looking for that clear first round today to join the other three. This is for Canada, Wesley Newlands and Django Dubis.
Wesley Newlands comes next with Django du Lys. Wesley represents Canada, and she rides this 11-year-old stallion. This combination are nearly hitting about a half of the time clear over these fences. She was extremely lucky there at the wall. You could see that the top brick just edged out but didn't fall. It's an interesting turn there as well to fence 4, because as they come around the corner, they can lock on to fence 9. That's the flowers, and the riders have to be really accurate there and really clear with the horses on the direction that they're taking. A bit quick through the middle of the triple combination, and again it's causing problems. It's a real tricky moment, a bit of a bogey fence here set by Peter Holmes. Lugano Diamonds double is also causing a lot of problems, and Wesley Newlands is working on the 8. Final fence goes as well then, and it's 12 for Wesley Newlands.
Next up is a championship rider for Australia, a man who's competed at the World Equestrian Games. He's won some of the biggest 5-star Grand Prix in North America, and he's a big Derby winner as well. Riding this horse by Kolensky G. It is the mare Wellington Grey Goose for Australia's.
On then back to Australia in our lineup. It's Rowan Willis with Wellington Grey Goose. Rowan is a former World Equestrian Games rider. This combination were clear 60% of over fence of the time over fences of 1.45 m in height last year, and in the top 10, 50% of the time. Really consistent. They won a 1.45 m speed class over in Akala last month, so definitely could be ones to watch in the jump off. Got the scope there as well. Such a big jump, in fact, that Rowan was really having to work to get the balance back. Strong shot to fence 4, very swiftly down to the plank, trusting Wellington Grey Goose to keep that delicate plank fence up. It's a great time for Rowan Willis. 76.75 is the time, and we've waited a good while for another clear, but Rowan Willis for Australia will be the 4th into the jump-off. 2 for the USA, 1 for Ireland, and 1 for Australia now through to the next round. Hallie Grimes, Richie Maloney, Rebecca Conway, and now Rowan Willis. Lauren Tyree comes next. Pride for her. Now we are into, of course, the afternoon is Voltanos. This horse, as you may be able to tell from the name, is by Voltaire out of a Laudanos mare. They were 6th in the metre 45 welcome here earlier in the week. And this horse has been with Lauren since the middle of 2022. The horse was previously ridden by Harry and Bertram Allen, whose Irish brothers who compete right to the very top of the sport as well. She was 6th in the Lugano Diamonds 150 Grand Prix in Lexington in October as well. Looking now to add today's title to the CV. Oh, what a pity. It's the Lugano Diamonds double again. Little over the time as well for Lauren. Picks up 2 for time. 6 is the total score.
Williams is next. We started here in the national competition here in Florida.
Total score of 6. We'll see Lauren Tyree go into 11th. Brooke Kemper is knocked into 12th. Let's go then to Heather Caristo Williams, representing the USA again. Heather rides Celtic Hero BZ. Heather took this up. Oof. The Dalman fence there at fence 3 is also pretty eye-catching, and coming away from the wall, it's catching a few riders out. Refusal for Heather Caristo Williams.
Thank you, Heather. Heather just taking the courtesy fence and choosing to retire with Celtic Hero BZ.
Well, Heather jumps one more fence in the ring, but chooses to retire.
Heather leaves us, and another US rider, Bliss Hears, is going to join us. This is going to be a second ride for Bliss, Farinho Dimek, self-fronted by Carino.
Bliss Hears then comes back with a second ride. Looking for a spot in the jump-off with the ride Farinho Dimek. Bliss, of course, as we were saying earlier, such an experienced competitor with some really iconic horses earlier in her string. This is a horse that she's had since the middle of last year and is a 9-year-old stallion now. Once again, it's a pairing who are getting the miles on the clock at this level. They haven't done too many rounds at this height. The height is certainly no problem for this horse. This stallion has some serious scope, and just being a 9-year-old, this looks like a real future prospect for Bliss. Wow. Just comes down a little short on that fence, so takes the back rail out with the back legs. But what a talent. This horse has a fantastic natural foot speed as well. But the scope is so impressive. Such a pity that they've had that one fence down, because what a partnership this could be. She will pick up some time as well, 3 in fact. It's just needing to take some of the wider lines just to allow a little bit more balancing time. So it will be 7 in total for Bliss Here's and Farino de Mec. But what a horse for the future. Won't be inside the top 12. But keep that name on your radar for the future. Francisco Goagamole comes next with Icarus. This is his second ride. Looking to get into the top 10 and into the jump off with the second chance at the course. It's a 16-year-old stallion here. This is a long-term partner for Francisco. Had a lot of good results last year. They were in the top 5 6 times last year. Those all coming at Traverse City in summer last year. This horse has a really interesting backstory in terms of riders that have competed it. It's been ridden by Marlon Madola Zanatelli, Brazilian Olympic rider, by Carol Cox of Belgium, by Luciana Diniz, Portuguese Olympic rider, and by Jerome Guerry, of course, extremely fast Belgian rider, all those up to 5-star level. So it's a really experienced horse and well partnered by Francisco. One down for Francisco Gojuaga Mole and Icarus. Down. Gives them 4 and gives them 8th place. Caitlin Boyle's time is still looking sensationally fast. 10 more to go in this competition, but how many clears will we have? 4 come back so far. And if you're just joining us, those 4 are Hallie Grimes, Richie Maloney, Rebecca Conway and Brian Willis. Summerhill comes forward with Olympic van der Noordheuvel. This is a really well-bred horse, one pretty bred for speed as well. Sadly, the Dalman Oxer causes problems, front rail comes down. This horse is by Zambezi out of a Darko mare. 10-year-old gelding. Was ridden by Mark Blumen earlier in its career. And Summer, this super talented, super consistent young rider, now partners this ride. Just the one left for Summerhill. Final fence comes down as well, so it will be 16 in total for this partnership.
For Summerhill, that was her second ride. Joyce Green's had some international placings at Tryon in North Carolina, and just a couple of days ago took a top 10 in the opening international class here at Terra Nova. This is by Casal, a Holsteiner. The 13-year-old mare is Sierra for Joyce Green of the USA.
Joyce Green comes forward next with Sierra. This mare is by Casal. And they were 9th in the meter 40 class earlier in the week. Same problem at the Dalman. Oxer gets a little deep, or standing off the fence a little bit, really taking a look into the bottom. The front rail comes down. Foul of fence 4 as well. Joyce Green will be 3 seconds over the time. So 8 jumping, 3 for time gives us a total score of 11. So no top 10 finish for Joyce today. Well, Samuel Parot will be bringing forward a second ride here. He sits in 9th place with David Guetta. And brings forward Tiffany D'Olide. Samuel is ranked 63rd in the world rankings. It's a horse that he's had since the middle of last year. He was previously with Spain's Manuel Fernandez Saro. Remember, Samuel was first and second in this class last year with 2 entirely different rides. He's ridden this horse to 11 top 10 finishes in its career. And they're clear 51% of the time over this height of fences. Once again, that is some seriously impressive airtime, some seriously impressive scope over these fences. Flowers come down for Samuel Parot and the Lugano Diamonds double. And with that, it looks like he's going to call it a day. Yep, the hand goes up, so it's a retiring for Samuel Parot.
Thanks how well the rails down and choosing to retire with Tiffany D'Olide. He is currently in the top 10 in 9th place with David Guetta. Voyage and Van Gelteren joins us once again. A second ride for him, and this time APG Jaslyn.
Well, another second ride coming forward now. This is Boy Adrian van Gelderen for Belgium, this time with APG Jaslin. Boy Adrian is looking to capitalise on having ridden this course once already to get a higher position. It was second in a speed class over this height of fences in Tryon in October. Also won a 2-star Grand Prix in Rotterdam in June last year. And this is a 10-year-old mare by Emerald. Again, Boy Adrian has this pretty quick way of riding, certainly not wasting any time. Boy Adrian works on the 4, very deep into the city design fence there. Time could be a little tricky here. Oh, he's just squeaked inside the time allowed, 77.97. He's 300ths of a second inside. But just one pole down is going to see Boy Adrian van Gelderen into 12th place.
We're down to the final 6, and the first of those is a man who's a great supporter of the Sprint Rock Jumping Tour, and he is the holder of one of the clears that we've seen already. Richie Maloney is already clear with Roxy Music. This, another one for him, is KS Rubalite for the man from Ireland, Richie Maloney.
Second ride then for Richie Maloney. He has already got one ride into the jump off, but can he make it 2? He would be the only rider to do that if he's able to. And he's the last rider that could do. The ride here is KS Rubelite. This one is a 10-year-old mare. Not quite as established a partnership as he has with Roxy Music. This horse was previously ridden by Michelle Lang McMahon of Australia. Just had a pole down and one for time in the meter 45 welcome earlier in the week. They placed 6th in a 145 Grand Prix in Tryon in July last year. This horse has breeding going back to Diamant de Semi. That's the grandsire of this horse. Just the one down that, a little spoke a bit too soon there. 2 down now for Richie Maloney.
For Richie and KS.
12 then for Richie Maloney and KS Ruberite. Goes into 22nd place, but he does come back in the jump off with Roxy Music.
Next up it's Will Simpson. Will, who's competed for Team USA at Olympic level. He's an Olympic gold medalist in his career as well. 3-time World Cup finalist as well, and the man who took victory just a couple of days ago in the big national class here at Terra Nova. Riding Victor Z by Victoria for USA, Will Simpson.
Will Simpson's next up then with Victor Z. They've had 2 top 6 finishes this year already, just the first month of the year. Both of those coming at a metre 35 level. A good rattle through the double there, so Will Simpson sits on the 4 penalties. We are a little off the pace here as well, and the equestrian closet fence causes them some issues as well. 1 fence left to jump though for Will, and safely over there. He'll pick up 1 for time. That gives a total of 9.
Four remain, Spain, Canada, Venezuela and USA. It really is a truly international field here. And this is the jumping tour, Sarasota, Terranova spot. For Spain, Diego Perez Bilbao next, and another ride that we see for Over Fences Farm. It is his second ride, Spain's AB's Classic Cruise for Diego Perez Bilbao.
Well, Diego Perez Bilbao comes forward now. Again, a second ride here. This ride is AB's Classic Blue. Ride that Diego's competed up to 150 level. This is their 6th FEI start together. Only had 1 round at this height in international competition together. Just stood off the fence at fence 4 there, and so couldn't quite get the distance. That then impacted on the plank at the ESI fence. So sadly, both of those coming down. It often has a knock-on effect when we miss the line, miss the approach to the first fence in a line. It's what's so clever in the building of these tricky courses. Well, Diego clearly finding things a little strong going down there. Checks AB's Classic Blue into the final fence and the hand goes up. So it will be retiring there coming into the final fence.
4 clear rounds, the last of them coming from Australia's Rowan Willis, and we had 3 in the first half of competition, just 1 so far in the second half of competition.
Well, only 3 competitors are yet to go. Carly Campbell-Cooper, Luis Fernando Larrazabal and Kelly Cricciotti van der Veen are the final 3 competitors to go. We only have 4 clears, and it's certainly been tricky in the second half of the competition. Only 1 clear coming in this second half. Carly Campbell-Cooper then rides Baratino PS. This horse has been in Carly's stable since the middle of 2023. It was previously with Jeroen Appelen of Belgium. Horse did the young horse classes in 2022. He's a 9-year-old now. They were 5th in a 2-star Grand Prix in Caledon up in Ontario in Canada in September of last year. Earlier this week, this pair, huge jumping here They finished in the 140 and the 145 classes earlier in the week. Little way down the rankings, but certainly looking to be jumping well already here. This is by Balibé de Rouet out of a Staccato mare. Still clear, Carly Campbell-Cooper and Baratino PS coming now to the equestrian closet fence. 2 left to go. She's got to watch the clock a little bit here. Clear jumping so far. The final fence goes. What a shame. Carly Campbell-Cooper also gets a 1 for time. Gives her 5 in total.
And that final fence, a real heartbreaker fence. Venezuela next, and a championship rider for Venezuela, Pan American Games contestant and South American Games as well, with medals through his career. Very, very quick against clock if he goes and produces that first round clear, riding Abril Contendra for Venezuela, Luis Fernando Larrazabal.
Luis Fernando Larrazabal represents Venezuela. Comes forward with Abril Contender. Well, this pair were 3rd in Thursday's FEI welcome class. This one is by Contender out of a Cuidando Raval mare. Some really impressively bred horses in the field. Of course, that doesn't always give an indicator of performance, but it certainly gives you an indicator as to their potential. And those are certainly stallions who do pass on impressive performance to their offspring. Luis comes down this final line now to the city fence. Really eye-catching design there. Yeah, very good. Very, very, very good round indeed. Luis Fernando Larrazabal with Abril Contender gives us our 5th clear. A very international lineup in our jump-off. 2 for the USA, 1 for Ireland, 1 for Australia, and 1 now for Venezuela in the mix as well.
International classes at Terra Nova. This is her 2nd ride as well, riding by Azteca VDL Forever SFN. The USA's Kelly Cruciotti van der Veen.
Well, Kelly Cruciotti van der Veen is the final rider in today's competition. Her ride here is Forever SFN. She sits in 12th with her other ride, Mochito van der Mishagen. She's the final rider in today's class. Before we then take you through the jump-off. She's had some great results recently. 2nd over in Akala in a 3-star speed class at this height. It's in December. Last year, in the running of this competition, she placed 9th. And she was 2nd in the 140 class earlier in the week here. Oof, lucky. This horse has, talking about the breeding again, has some interesting breeding a little further back. This horse's grandsire is in Doctro, and on the dam side, some breeding going back to Darko as well. We have a rattle at fence 9. The pole jumps in and out of the cups. But I won't be adding to the one that we have down already for Kelly. So with that pole down, now a second fence goes. Good for time, very good for time. Takes a final fence as well, so it's 12 for Kelly Cruciotti van der Veen. She will not be joining the ranks of the jump-off riders. Only 5 through to the next round. 5 then are coming back. 5 are the cream of the crop in today's competition. Shortened course, of course, is what we will bring you for the jump-off. And here are the qualifiers. Hattie Grimes with Carolina of Baltimore, that ride of Ashley Pond. Richie Maloney with Roxy Music will be second in. Rebecca Conway will follow with Concouleur. And then Rowan Willis of Australia will come in with Wellington Grey Goose. Luis Fernando Larrazabal will round out the jump-off riders with Avril Contendra. Those are your 5 competitors who will battle it out against the clock in our jump-off. Well, once again, the Arena Party are just preparing things for our shortened course. Just preparing things for our jump-off. Do stay with us. We'll be back in just a few moments' time with the jump-off. Don't go anywhere.
And a big thank you again to Lugano Diamonds for their continued support. Lugano, title sponsor of the Spring Road Jumping Tour. They're a passionate supporter of the equestrian community. Lugano created a stunning golf inspired around the world today.
We provide an online marketplace designed for equestrians to buy, sell, and share the equestrian lifestyle. Whether you are looking for a gently used show coat or looking to purge your closet and start new, Equestrian Closet is here for you.
Terra Nova is a very boutique horse show. It's a different horse show experience. It's quiet. We have paddocks to turn the horses out. The footing's great. The schooling rings are huge. It's just really lovely.
You have some passionate horse people here that are putting a lot into infrastructure and trying to hold different events for us to develop horses while we're here in Florida for the winter. So I think that's great for the industry and great for all the riders.
It's just so pretty. The barns are like no other barn at any show I've ever been to. They're so nice. The show feels like it's like paradise. It's so fun here.
I am in awe of what they are building here. And then this morning, actually, went out on the fields, and it's awesome. And someone was telling me about the vision they have here, and it sounds fantastic. So I'm excited, and I am a believer in this, and I will hopefully be back and support this.
C. Jarvis Insurance is the leading international equine insurance agency in the world. Our team of professionals is here to assist you 24/7, and we offer worldwide coverage for all aspects of equine insurance. We are owned and operated by a family of horsemen, so you can rest assured that we have a pulse on the industry and will look out for you every step of the way.
We fly horses anywhere around the world. It's about getting an animal from point A to point B safely in best of health. We do not leave any stone unturned. We give horses wings around the world, across the globe, or across the street.
Hi, my name's Hannah Kettlbeater, co-owner of Terra Nova. My family and I are so excited to bring to life a place where equestrians of all levels can live, work, and play on Florida's beautiful Gulf Coast. With a world-class horse show facility and over 1,000 acres of premium land, Terra Nova is the perfect hybrid of luxury equestrian living and family-friendly atmosphere surrounded by Florida's natural beauty. We have lots available now for you to build your dream equestrian estate.
Product must have credibility with us or we will not be comfortable to use it, even if it works like crazy. But the Perfect products had a fantastic reputation and the way they've been developed and formulated. And then I met Jeff and I started to realize why it was that way and why everybody had such confidence.
I'm Hope Hobday-Glenn.
Hey, I'm John Ramsey.
I'm Kelly McGrath.
My name is Nick Hannes.
Shannon Peters.
I'm Tracer Gilson.
I'm Tracy Brooks. Adrian Lyle.
John French.
And I trust.
And I trust.
And I trust.
This is Amy.
And this is Ian.
And we trust Perfect products.
I'm Javin Dahlman with Dahlman Jump Co. Our easy-to-use aluminum schooling courses start at $65.99. We deliver them to your door and take your trade-ins. All of our jumps are backed by a lifetime warranty. Call and talk to an expert about your hunter, jumper, and equitation jump needs. You can even make your own custom designs. Get horse show ready with Dahlman Jump Co. And make sure to visit dahlmanjumpco.com for more information.
Equestrian Services International, your one-stop shop for all your equestrian needs. ESI is committed to quality and service as we plant, nurture and grow personal and long-term relationships with each client. Let ESI design, develop and construct all of your equestrian dreams.
We fly horses anywhere around the world. It's about getting an animal from point A to point B safely in best of health. We do not leave any stone unturned. We give horses wings around the world, across the globe, or across the street.
C. Jarvis Insurance is the leading international equine insurance agency in the world. Our team of professionals is here to assist you 24/7, and we offer worldwide coverage for all aspects of equine insurance. We are owned and operated by a family of horsemen, so you can rest assured that we have a pulse on the industry and will look out for you every step of the way.
Well, welcome back to this $100,000 Lugano Diamonds Meter 45 Grand Prix. What an amazing competition we have had so far. 38 came forward in our initial start list, and we've whittled those down to just 5 who jumped clear, and we'll be going through to our jump off. A very tricky test was set by our course designer, Canadian Peter Holmes. Plenty of tricky points in there, including the triple combination, as well as the Lugano Diamonds double as well later on in the course. Of course, this will be taken place over a shortened course. The jump-off course will be fences 2, 3 and 4 from round 1. Fence 2, of course, being the wall. And then they'll head to fence 15. That's a new fence. It was the first part of the triple combination. They're now jumping that in reverse. Then they're going to jump fence 16, which is fence 6 in reverse as well. Then they'll go to 10A and B, that tricky double, the Lugano double once again, before they then head to the equestrian closet, Oxer at fence 11, and then the final fence, the split rock Oxer at fence 13. It'll be a big gallop down to the last. They will really be going for it, and they have got to if they are to win this competition. Well, Heidi Grimes was the first rider into our first round, and she's the first rider, of course, into the jump off. She's had a little bit of a break, had a little bit of an opportunity to have a rest and regroup before she tackles our jump off, but I have no doubt that she will be going for it in this competition. Caroline of Ballamore, this former ride of Ashley Bond, which, of course, was a World Championships and Rolex Grand Prix ride for Ashley, but very, very ably piloted by Hallie, and she's off to a great start. Now we head to fence 4. Balances on the turn. Here's the new fence, 15. And then she'll go right-handed to what was fence 6 in reverse now as, oof, fence 16. A little bit of a loss of balance, a little bit of a loss of rhythm there, but it doesn't bother these two. Carefully through the double, manages it well. Now to the equestrian closet, Oxer. And now it's the gallop to the finish for fence 13. Hallie Grimes is sailing down the ring to the split rock Oxer and gets the double clear that she wants here today. Nothing to add at all in the jump off, and you can see the smile on her face. The crowd are cheering her on in this performance. What a great way to get things kicked off. Once again, 46.94 is the time. Hallie Grimes. Richie Maloney is next to take to the stage with Roxy Music. Our Irish representative in this jump off, this regular 5-star combination. And their first international class of the year. Time to beat is 46.94 in this Lugano Diamonds Grand Prix. That's a great turn back. He's tighter back to fence 4. Heads quite straight over that new fence, but he's quickly away from 16. Very bold and quick into the double and takes the angle out as well. Oof, 6 seconds to get home now. Richie Maloney's racing to the final fence. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, that is so close. 5/100ths of a second slower. Well, he couldn't have done a huge amount more there. Richie Maloney takes himself into second place. 46.99 was his time. Hallie Grimes holds on to the lead. On to Rebecca Conway then. Another rider with a couple of horses in this class. Concouleur is the one she'll be focusing on though for the jump off. Just takes a minute to just settle this 15-year-old experienced partner for Rebecca. 46.94 still the time to beat. Good to 4. It's this line here from 15 to 16. That is where then they're just taking a little bit more time. She needs to get away from here quickly. There was a lot of time in the air there. Good there. Now we're still on 5 seconds to get home. Rebecca Conway is just going a little steadier to the final fence. So 2.5 seconds over the time. She still looked pretty quick in some places, but it's 49.44 for Rebecca Conway. She'll slot into 3rd place. All of our riders have jumped double clear. All of our riders into the jump off. So a fence down, we know, puts you absolutely out of the running, takes you off the podium. Rowan Willis will, I'm sure, be aiming for that double clear and for a quick time, but Hallie Grimes has really laid it down. And the question is, can she be caught? Rowan Willis then, Wellington Grey Goose. Quick down to the Dalman Oxer. He's a little wider, but could it be faster over the ground to 4? That's the balance they've got to strike. That was quite efficiently away. Now we've got 7 seconds to get home. He's a bit further up on the clock than we've seen before. Oh, Rowan Willis for the last. Oh, he's made it. He's made it. Rowan Willis has gone into the lead. 46.86. He's 8/100ths of a second faster than Hallie Grimes. Oh, I'm sure she'll be watching this keenly. Oh, but there is hardly anything in it. 8/100ths of a second now separates 1 and 2. 5/100ths of a second separates 2 and 3. But you have a new leader, Rowan Willis. Hallie Grimes into second. Richie Maloney rounds out the podium for now. We only have 1 rider still to come. For Venezuela, it's Luis Fernando Larrazabal with Abril Contendra. He has a new time to beat of 46.86. It will take something pretty special to beat that time. Very smoothly, 1 to 2. Oof, that's a really good quick turn. Keeping a great pace up here. Oh, that was excellently placed at 15. He was really far to the right. Not wasting any time. A little bit of time wasted in the air, potentially. Time to beat 46.86. Oh, but he's had a fence down. He was going for the time. But a pole's come down for Fernando Larrazabal. Oh, he wasn't far off the time, but he did steady down the final line because he knew that a pole down would put him out of the running. So for Luis Fernando Larrazabal, it will be 5th in the end. Australia take the win, with Rowan Willis coming home in a blisteringly fast time with Wellington Grey Goose. What an amazing performance for Rowan Willis to take the win. Hallie Grimes is going to be your 2nd place competitor with Caroline of Ballamore. And Richie Maloney with Roxy Music rounds out the podium. Rebecca Conway finishes in 4th with Concouleur. And Luis Larrazabal comes home in 5th with Abril Contendra. Just the time penalties for Kelly Solier-Miller, and she comes home in 6th. And then Caitlin Boyle is your fastest 4 falter with Navarre for 7th. Top 10 is then rounded out by Skylar Riley, Francisco Gojuaga, Mollet and Samuel Parot. But it is a win for Rowan Willis in this $100,000 Lugano Diamonds Grand Prix. Well, thanks, of course, to the title sponsor of this competition, Lugano Diamonds. Title sponsor of the Split Rock Jumping Tour and of this Grand Prix. They're great supporters of the equestrian community. And, of course, if you'd like to find out more, you can visit luganodiamonds.com. Well, we'll be back with the I'll be back with you with the Meter 15, Meter 25 and Meter 35 championships tomorrow. But thanks so much for joining us. We'll be bringing you the prize giving in just a few moments' time. But do join us again for tomorrow's championships as well. Rowan Willis is your winner tonight.
C. Jarvis Insurance is the leading international equine insurance agency in the world. Our team of professionals is here to assist you 24/7, and we offer worldwide coverage for all aspects of equine insurance. We are owned and operated by a family of horsemen, so you can rest assured that we have a pulse on the industry, and we'll look out for you every step of the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the award winners. The award winners for the Lugano Diamonds $100,000 Split Rock Jumping Tour Grand Prix at Terra Nova. Well, on behalf of Lugano Diamonds, we're delighted to welcome the Herrick family from events at Terra Nova, who congratulate in 8th place Skylar Riley and Sandilo PS. Moving to 7th, and that's Caitlin Boyle and Navarre. In 6th, US rider Kelly Solo Miller and Casherel. And then it is 5th place for Venezuela's Luis Fernando Larrazabal and Brabil Contendra. Rebecca Conway, 4th place with Con Couleur. 3rd place for Richie Maloney and Roxy Music of Ireland. The early leader settling for 2nd, the USA's Hallie Grimes and Caroline of Balmore. But the winner for Australia, Rome Willis, Wellington Grey Goose. We send our top 3 to the podium. It is in 3rd place. Congratulations must go to Ireland's Richie Maloney and Roxy Music. The runner-up is Hallie Grimes of the USA, Caroline of Balmore. But the winner for Australia, Rome Willis, Wellington Grey Goose. Huge thanks again to Lugano Diamonds for their support, and of course to the Herrick family from events at Terra Nova for remaining for that presentation as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in honour of our winning rider, let's please ask you to stand and remove cover for the national anthem of Australia. Brilliant performance from our top 3. It was just a fraction of a second, a blink of an eye that separated the top 3. Rome Willis, Wellington Grey Goose, Hallie Grimes and Carolina Balmore, and Richie Maloney and Roxy Music. And with the champagne shower, there may be just a little bit of dry cleaning required as well later on during the course of the day. Congratulations to those, though. Australia's Rome Willis. Great to hear the Australian national anthem playing out here in Florida with Wellington Grey Goose taking the win. Brilliant performance as well from Hallie Grimes. What a talent she is, and what a talented horse, Carolina Balmore, to finish as runners-up, with Richie Maloney, the experienced Irish rider, and Roxy Music in 3rd place. Fourth place goes to Rebecca Conway and Con Couleur. Great performance there with a double clear as well, and not far away in terms of the time. He would have had the win. He steadied up after the rail. Fifth place for Venezuela's Luis Fernando Larrazabal and Abril Condendra. And then sixth for the USA's Kelly Solo Miller and Casherel. Rounding out the top 8, seventh place for the USA's Caitlin Boyle and Navarre. She's had a very good run of international form here with a win and a placing in the welcome as well. And then Skylar Riley, another experienced US rider with Sandilo PS, finishing in 8th place. But we are back on board. It looks like we're set for the victory gallop as we say congratulations, and leading away for Australia, Rowan Willis, Wellington Grey Goose. Let's send him on his own one more time. Rowan Willis, Grey Goose. What a top international Grand Prix supported by Lugano Diamonds, with Rowan Willis coming out on top there for Australia. One competition still to go here on this penultimate day, and it is the 1 meter 15 Duta Corporation Championship round number 1.
We have a new leader.